Hi, sixth grade. Miss Jervis here. I am going to make a YouTube video to show you guys what we're doing next with Mabry's Meal. You have worked really hard, excuse me, to get this far, and I think I'm hearing that people were really surprised that they could make it look as good as you have, and I'm proud of you. Don't want to mess it up now. So we're going to start with colored pencils. We're going to use probably just these colors, just simple colors. If you have extra colors, if you've got one of the big 24 packs that you can get at Walmart for like $3, wonderful. If you don't, we will use what you see here. So I've got a yellow, just plain yellow, orange, brown, black, green, blue, and then I've got the jade green or the yellow green, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to layer the colors in here. You've worked really hard to get this picture looking as good as it does, and you don't want to mess it up now. Here's a print of it that my teacher friend from high school gave me. It looks kind of dark to me. We want to put a little bit of color in. The plan is to put your trees and use watercolor for the trees. This one is one I did a long time ago, so it's got watercolor in the building too. Watercolor down here. We're going to kind of choose what we do for the water. I don't want to mess it up. This one, I think we actually use some watercolor pencils, but I don't have enough of those to use. I love the trees here. Do you see right here where the branches are? This is colored pencil. So you'll want to do colored pencil in here because anything that gets wet, it's going to spread. And I think you guys can probably see how that wet on wet, I will show you that technique in a different video, makes that look super nice. Here's another one where it's unfinished, but the watercolors are going to look really good when we get that far. Okay, so let's get started. Colored pencils break a lot. They can be aggravating, breaking so much. So one of the things that I've found helpful is to sharpen it in the big hole that's really meant for a big fat pencil. But it seems to, you get a shorter point, but it seems to break less often. So we will see. All right, so I'm going to start on this building here. All I'm going to do, and I'm not going to do the roof yet. I'm holding, do you see how I'm holding my pencil kind of weird? I'm not holding it like a pencil like normal. I'm holding it kind of sideways so that I can get the flat part of the pencil down first. And it's not giving me any lines, it's just giving me color. So I'm going to take that yellow and I'm going to color a pretty big section, trying to go around my vines that I did. Now back in here, it'll be kind of shadowed, so we'll come in and we'll build up and put some darker colors there. Okay, so I've done a little bit of yellow. My next color, and you don't have to go in this order. Miss Jervis, do we have? You don't have to go in this order. I just start light to dark. Now I'm going to put just a little bit of orange in here. And I'm going to kind of stick to the Sharpie that I drew for the boards. I'm going to stick kind of close to there. Doesn't matter. And then we'll fill in down here. All I'm doing is getting it on kind of light. We're building our colors. I got it on the green, doesn't matter. Okay, now I'm probably going to come in with a brown. And I'm just going to darken it up some. So right here, I can hold my pencil like a pencil. And I can come in and I get it pretty dark. We'll put some black in there too. Put a little dark right here. And we'll go over that with black. Now the roof kind of, there's like an overhang right there, so we'll have it a little bit darker right there. So, and I'm going the way of the board. I'm not just gonna, it's easier probably to do it like this with that direction, but I'm gonna go the way of the board. So up under, gonna bring it down a little bit, and see I'm going over the yellow and the orange, it doesn't matter. I'm pressing kind of hard right now because I want it on pretty dark. Up underneath here. You can get it really dark. All right, now I went this way, but I didn't go that way very far, and my lines don't show. So up and down. I'm pressing pretty hard. Like I'm saying, I'm getting it pretty dark brown. A lot of times in pictures, the building looks gray. So if you don't want to use the brown and you want to use the black, because you don't have a gray colored pencil, that'll be fine. Okay, now I want to get rid of the yellow and orange. I want to layer it. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my brown, got my pencil sitting kind of weird, and I'm going to go sideways. You can stay in the lines if you bump up against your fingernail. Do you see me bumping up against my fingernail? Okay, now do you see the yellow and the orange kind of going away some, but you can still see the color, the highlight. So you can put as much brown on as you want to. You put it on in different places. Okay, are you seeing what we're doing? And then here. Okay, so we've got it kind of dark up here, and then take a look at what you've got. Okay, be quiet, do your work. And then the black. I'm gonna go pretty dark right here. And now that brown's still showing through. It's like, well, why do we have to put all these colors on? It's because you're layering it and you're having the colors kind of show through. Dark up here. You know what? I'm gonna go sideways. But I've got my pencil. I'm holding it weird, so I'm getting that thick side there. I'm not getting lines. You don't want lines, you just want some color there. Got lines, go back in, fill it in. Okay, do you like that? Or we could take black very lightly and go over it just to tone the yellow and tone that orange down. Make it look a little more gray. Tone it down. See how that toned that down really well? Okay, now you ask, what do I do here? What do I do here? If you look at the picture that I will have hanging up, they're all pretty much, and I know this one's different, but the picture that I'll have posted for you, it's pretty much the same colors. In the past, what my kiddos have done is maybe brownish dark, and then here they've even put a little bit of blue in the roof just because of the way the light shines. Okay, so let me show you that really quickly. You might start with a light blue, just real light. You see, I'm holding my pencil weird. Don't get lines on there. And stay in the lines. Okay, then you can come in with your other colors. Your yellow, that's going to make it look a wee bit green, but that's okay. And I'm just kind of putting that in the middle. Don't have to do it like that. A little bit of color. Stay in the lines, bump up against your fingernail if you need to. I'm trying to work quickly. You've got some time. Don't rush. Don't mess up what you've done. Around if you need to. Now it looks like a colored quilt right now. We'll have to work on it a little bit more and build my colors up. I need to get some more browns in here. I need to get some blacks in here. Flip it back around. And then the black, gray if you do it real light. I'm bumping up against my fingernail. Now the roof, you know, that's where the sun is shining. It's made out of wood, but the sun is shining, you know, the top of the roof. So that would be a little bit lighter. And then, woo! Then you can take your black, you can take your brown, and you come in here and just get you a little bit of detail. Let's get rid of that. I don't know what that is. Bump up against your fingernail if you want to. And all I'm doing here is just on each shingle, I'm putting a little bit of shadows on the one side. And then look at it. see, Miss Jervis, look at mine. Miss Jervis, how's this? Miss Jervis, is this good? You take a look at it, okay? Take a look at it. Look what you've got. See what you think you might need. Okay? And then I would keep going up like that. If it looks too patchy, turn it down a little bit more. See how that's toning it down? Because I looked at it, it's like, ooh, it's for the video. Ooh, that looks bad. Uh-oh, I said something I shouldn't have said. I said my artwork looked bad. Don't say that out loud. Okay. Look at that. Look at all the color. Is it too yellow? I don't know. Take a look at it. Is it too patchy? Yes, but I'm not going to take the time to do more to it. Okay, let me tell you a couple more things and then we'll hush. Right in here is shadow. This is going to be black. You can press really hard or you can press and make it kind of gray. It's up to you. And fill that in. So it's shadows in there. The wood right here, you'll do brown. You can build it up with colors like this or you can just take a brown. It's up to you. You can make this as dark as you want to. See how dark that can get. You would not want to do this with watercolor because watercolor bleeds. Okay, so this is dark, 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 dark. Got that. This is dark because it's just a shadow back here behind these poles. Remember when we was looking at the video and we were drawing it, it was just kind of dark, super dark, and it was hard to see. Okay, then this is all wooden. Your axes, the poles are all wooden, but now back in here is dark, 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 dark. Okay, so all of this is dark. This confuses some of my students in the past. They didn't know what this was. The building is back there, but it's back probably maybe 3 or 4 feet. So with this water flume, water raceway, whatever you want to call it, coming in there, it's shadowed. So all of this is dark in here. If you've got one right here, this will be dark too. Okay, so work on your building today. Work on everything that's wood. Try to get everything that's wood done first. And then we'll go to step number 2, which will be, we'll do the tree limbs, we'll do the green, we'll do the rock. Okay?